Hey guys, Fire here from InDepth Gaming, bringing you another game review. This time we're checking out Get 10 Quest. This game was developed by InLogic Games and published by Fantastico Studio and is available now for a price of $2.99. So what is Get 10 Quest? Get 10 Quest is simply just a puzzle game. It's a number puzzle game to be more specific, that features over 60 plus different levels that give you a little bit of a variety in the way you play. Whether it's trying to complete a certain score objective, reach a certain number point, and so on, or specific puzzles. So the way the game works is actually quite simple. You click on a group of numbers that are the same value touching each other, up, down, left, or right, and then they combine into each other, and then you just rinse and repeat until you get to your score objectives. The overall mechanics of this game are quite simple, but the overall difficulty level for this game is actually quite high. It ramps up really quick in the puzzles that you're presented, and you really have to use quite a bit of skill as you get later in the game, where some of the levels could take you literally an hour to try to power through, especially some of the puzzles. And what makes this game even more challenging is outside of the puzzle levels, every time you play it, the levels are going to be different. It's random what you encounter. So you can't really use pattern recognition like you get in most puzzle games to sit and memorize everything. So you have to constantly be aware of the surrounding environment in the game and really figure out your best way to complete your targets and goals. As you can see early in the game here, the levels get insanely easy, but as we ramp up into these higher levels, honestly after about level 20 it gets pretty difficult. You have to build, like for this puzzle, the number 10, but you only get 111 moves. So some advice that I would give you for some of these puzzles as you get later into where they're pretty high requirements to hit targets in a short amount of times is try to focus building your numbers here in the middle of the board. It's going to allow you to have a fairly centralized kind of collecting point, so to speak, and it's going to allow you to just have a little bit more room to work with on the left or the right side, because if you don't have any patterns to build off of, you're going to quickly get yourself trapped, and it's going to be really hard to complete any of your puzzles. So I recommend trying to pick a side. If doing the side system isn't really working out for you, just try a couple different strategies to really move your pieces around until you do get a pattern that really stands out and functions for you. What I like to do is try to build some of my bigger numbers, but then focus on what's going to be dropped down next. So now I can get these 6s here to connect because I built the 4s out. And it's just a rinse and repeat kind of system. You're going to honestly be spending a majority of your time just trying to figure out how to get the next pieces to work, and ultimately if you do fail, it's actually a fun little game to just sit and redo it all over again. There's nothing too overly intense as far as any type of stressful points to this game. By any means, it's a very relaxed, calming, and chill game, and that's one thing I really like, especially when it comes in at honestly an amazing price of just $2.99, like a $3 puzzle game on the Xbox. You can't really go wrong. It's nice that we're getting a couple, cheap games that aren't real quick completions. If there was any real complaint there by some people, which I know there has been in the communities. So, I really enjoy this challenge completion. I don't always want to have like quick, easy, I can be done with this game in 5 minutes, because really then what are you getting for your money? It's enjoyable to have a game that I'm going to have to spend quite a bit of time trying to comb through, complete, and then just progress in that own manner. And that's really what Get 10 Quest here offers. Now I'm going to end this level here, and I want to show you one of the more puzzle levels. Let's go to, is 14 one? No. Every pretty much like 4 levels, you're going to encounter, not this one, a level that's basically like a puzzle level. So it's like this. So you have to basically subtract all the pieces until you get down to the final puzzle that you need. So it's figuring out the patterns that you have to do to where it's that final number. And these ramp up pretty intense in difficulty. There are some guides that some people have been out there to create, but I would honestly encourage you to try to knock these out on your own. They're not too difficult once you start to figure out how patterns work and where you can really put your pieces and how things drop down and move around the board. I've really enjoyed, digging through all these, but then also noticing when I completely absolutely fail and make myself look like a total idiot, which, you know, in this game happens more often than not. As you can see right here, I can't connect the fours, so unfortunately I am going to fail this puzzle. But one thing I would recommend is continue trying to assemble some pieces and maybe see where you can go for future runs. If I had to give this game any type of a recommendation, I'm going to strongly recommend it. For $3, this game's a no-brainer. I'm honestly going to give this game about a 7.5 out of 10. I'm not giving it much more than that. It's mainly getting that because of the price point it comes in at. It also features this endless mode, but to be honest, I think everybody's really going to more play this game for the puzzles. The endless mode isn't really, you know, it's not for me. I didn't really find too much time that I'm sinking into this mode, but it is there and I do at least want to briefly showcase it. But yeah, if I had to give this game any type of a rating, I'm honestly, like I said, 7.5 sounds pretty solid for what this game does offer. I'm not giving it anything any higher than that because, frankly, there's not a lot here outside of the puzzles, but what is here I really like, and especially at that price point. If you guys do want to check out the game, there's going to be a link down in the description where you can download it for yourself. And as far as an easy completion, you know, there's some guides out there for some of the puzzle levels, but you're honestly going to have to spend a little bit of skill getting through all the levels. It's not impossible by any means, but it might take an average person a couple hours. A really good puzzle person might be able to do this in around an hour. It just honestly depends on how quick you can notice pattern recognition, and just get through your levels. But outside of that, I hope you guys have a great day. If you found this review helpful, give us a thumbs up down below. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and join our Discord. We do giveaways all the time. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and we will catch you all next time. See you later.